Pixar has 28 movies in total, and I wanted to know which Pixar movie is the greatest of them all. So to answer that question, I decided to rank every single Pixar movie from worst to best. Some movies will be glorious, others will make you want to stab yourself. But which Pixar movie is the best of the best? Only time will tell. But before we get to the victor, we must start at the very bottom. Lightyear was a terrible film from start to finish. The plot was basic, boring, and predictable. The main plot twist is that Zurg is actually Buzz from the future, and it was so lame. Pixar tried cooking here, but instead they caught the whole dang bakery on fire. And the animation, oh my, the animation, it's so bad. Look at this ugly-eyed dude.
You're mocking me, aren't you?
This gay kiss right here also caused a lot of controversy. I personally don't really care about this like at all, because I'd be doing way more with the homies. Hot take, I know, but I hated this movie so much. First off, this puppet is terrifying and actually gave me nightmares. Like, if I had a choice between going to this guy's house and going to a Prime Diddy party as a 12-year-old, I would take my chances with the diddler. Second, I hate lazy sequels so much, and this Toy Story was a lazy sequel. I guess Forky was kinda cool, even though this fork tried to kill himself every chance he got.
Oh, shoots and ladders.
Low-key relatable. Besides that, the movie was just... I remember walking out after watching The Good Dinosaur in the theaters as a wee little lad and thinking that was boring. And 11 years later, nothing has changed at all. I would rather watch a documentary on the history of tax returns than The Good Dinosaur again. Sure, the dinosaur was pretty cute at times. Besides that though, I don't really remember anything else about this movie because it was boring. Cruz Ramirez is the most annoyingest character on this whole list.
You still need my help. You're brittle, like a fossil.
Shut your stupid...
Everything she did pissed me off so much. Like, even the way she talked made me mad. And the fact that she had a rip-off Jarvis made me hate her even more.
What about Hamilton?
Hamilton here.
Who's Hamilton?
My electronic personal assistant, you know.
Hey, boo her!
And then just to add insult to injury, she pulls off some plot armor shenanigan and co-wins a Piston Cup against Jackson Storm. This is basically the same thing as if Michael Jordan's trainer played a 1v1 against prime LeBron James in front of the world and proceeded to beat LeBron. I'm sorry, but it is not happening. The rest of the movie outside of Cruz Ramirez was alright, nothing great, but unfortunately Cruz is in almost every single scene. At the very least, we got some good memes out of this film.
McQueen is fading! McQueen is fading! Fading!
Kill yourself, Cruz. I only watched about 15 minutes of this movie, and those 15 minutes might have been the most awkward 15 of my life. Watching a 13-year-old girl go through puberty isn't exactly what I want to see out of a movie. I already went to junior high once. I do not need to be reminded of those days. But hey, at the very least, Cruz Ramirez isn't in this movie. Send Cruz back to Colombia. Elemental marks the beginning of movies that are simply not bad. For example, Elemental has nothing inherently awful about its movie, but at the same time, it has nothing great either. I do love the fact that the main setting, Elemental City, is basically a competitive racism lottie.
Elements cannot mix.
But besides everyone being an elementist like it's 1920s America, the movie consists of this water guy crying every other scene for a whole hour and a half. I mean, the story was alright, it was just your basic Romeo and Juliet dynamic. And as I said, it ain't bad, but just like slavery, it isn't good either. Just like Dory's memory, I forgot this movie even existed until now. Sure, there were some cute moments in there, but the only real good thing about this movie was Gerald the Sea Leopard.
Yeah, Gerald.
Come on, son!
Besides the epic addition of Gerald the Seal though, this movie is just very, very average. Enough said. Luca is a movie all about accepting yourself as who you are, whether you are a fish person, Italian, black, or normal. I, however, do not care for this film like at all. The main villain for Luca is a typical Disney Channel bully, and as you probably know, I like my movies to have a strong villain.
Oh yeah!
I do have to say though that this movie did look amazing, and it helps to have your setting of the movie be in the Italian Riviera. Besides that though, Luca is surprisingly pleasant watch the first time you watch it, but since the rewatchability isn't there, I kinda had to put it down low at 21. After over a decade of waiting for the anticipated battle between the Underminer and the Incredibles, the fight lasts a whole whopping 5 minutes, and that is it. It was just such a disappointing way to start the movie off, by completely disregarding the villain that people waited 14 years to see, only to replace him with this random chick because of female empowerment or whatever. I mean, I wanted to see the Underminer! But instead we got this villain who was worse than Al-Qaeda. Okay, that might have been a little too far. But this movie can also cause seizures. Close your eyes. Incredibles 2 did have some incredible moments, like Frozone coming in to save the day.
That's redundant. The devil's just sent me here to guard the house.
Because the kids aren't safe.
He did, however, get captured right after that, which kind of ruins the whole thing. And still, I'm mad the main villain wasn't the Underminer, because I love miners so much. Oh, no, nah. The movie is fun to watch. I enjoyed it when I watched it, but like Luca, it is not really rewatchable at all, and I haven't seen it since 2020. It's kinda like Wyoming, extremely forgettable and average. It was fun while it lasted though. I'm extremely biased for this movie because as a kid, I loved the Bugs Life area in Disneyland. May you rest in peace, you beautiful caterpillar ride. Also, this. Do I need to say more? Because I'm not. Another biased pick because gingers gotta support gingers. No, but for real, this movie is an excellent movie to watch, specifically starting halfway through on your grandma's cable TV at 2 a.m. with that antique clock ticking at full volume in the background. I'm legit not even kidding with this. I have never seen the first 20 minutes of this movie. Brave isn't Pixar's best, but it gets the job done, unlike the Eagles. Toy Story 2 marks the beginning of the A-tier Pixar movies, and for this movie, it was not average, but above average. The plot, unlike Toy Story 4, was very well done, and the movie had lots of good humor.
Can't believe I have to drive all the way to work on a Saturday. All the way to work!
The villain for this one is Stinky Pete, and would you look at this? An actual decent villain that feels like he could be a real threat to the characters. Also, the Buzz swap out is peak dramatic irony. I was yelling at the TV back when I was 8 trying to warn the boys about this guy, and it still drives me crazy to this day that they won't listen to me. Good movie, but it's at 16 because it only gets better from here. Inside Out is a good movie, blah blah blah. If we just slimed out sadness, would that solve all our problems? Just pull out the switch, gun her down, and no more problems, right? Also, how can joy be sad? Do the emotions have 5 little emotions in their head? Is there a multiverse of Riley's emotions? Answers! I need answers! Pete Doctor, give me your answers. Good movie though. An orange fish with a disability wants to be a normal fish and gets captured. So the moral of the story for Nemo is don't have a disability. Let's just start that over. Nemo is a splendid, fun film about an overprotective father and a stupid little fish. The plot is an adventure through the sea for dumb father and dementia fish to save the gay little clownfish. Nah, I'm tripping, he ain't gay, or he might be, I don't really care, but, yep. The only good prequels in this world are The Hobbit, Revenge of the Sith, and Monsters University. Yay! Woohoo! Nobody asked for this, but Pixar balled out regardless. The scare games are the best concept to ever happen since the Ponzi scheme. Also, the amount of aura farming done in this movie is outstanding.
I should hope you're all properly inspired.
And now, don't you forget about the epic run of Uzma Kappa. This and the Mavericks' 2012 playoff run will be remembered in sports history for eternity. So much legendary stuff in this movie, and it's just a legendary movie all around. Monsters University. Once you ignore the fact that a rat is controlling a human with hair, the movie is great. Personally not a big fan of the setting being in France, but just like France did with the German forces, I'll just ignore it.
What did he say?
Ratatouille is a top-tier feel-good movie with not just one villain, but two. The first being a food critic with immeasurable amounts of aura.
If I don't love it, I don't swallow.
And the second villain is the most terrifying thing known to man, a short French man. Also, the food triggering flashback is so relatable. Number 12 for Ratatouille feels low, but honestly the next 11 are so peak, I just couldn't place it higher than 12. Soul decided to drop some of the deepest quotes out of nowhere.
You can't crush a soul here. That's what life on Earth is for.
The whole movie is just so beautiful. Makes you appreciate what you got. And despite that bowling pin looking head of his, it makes you feel bad for this guy. So obsessed with piano and jazz, he died without doing anything with his life. The end. Joe gets another chance, and together with 22, learn about life in a new way. It's enough to make a grown man cry. This is my hottest take to date, but I will defend this movie to the last bullet. Usually sequels are just the same characters doing the same type of thing, but Cars 2 said, screw that racing story, we are making a complicated spy thriller about Lemon Car starting an alternative fuel conspiracy to drive more business into the oil and gas car industry. Finn McMissile is a straight up menace, and someone tell this man that Cars 2 is supposed to be PG. I'm convinced anyone who hates this movie has to hate their own life. Cause it's so fun, the music, the action, the visuals, the plot, all perfect. If you disagree, kill yourself. Aw, look at this cute teddy bear. There is no way he is a bad guy. Oh, no, never mind. He's the bad guy.
Where's your kid now, Sheriff?
Toy Story 3 teaches kids young that life isn't all rainbows and sunshine. Instead, that you will get abandoned and backstabbed and that nothing is permanent and death is inevitable. What a great message for kids. It's official. We are in the S tier stuff now, fellas. Me encanta Coco, aunque la he visto 6 o 7 veces en las clases de español. La película se ve muy bien, la música es excelente y la historia es fantástica. Además, Mama Coco es muy atractiva y probablemente es persona más bonita de toda la película. Mama Coco, por favor, casate conmigo, la edad es solo un número. Pueden sentarme, la edad es solo un número. Quiero ver a ser tercero. This is one of the rare instances that a sequel is better than the original, just like the World Wars. Inside Out 2 was deep and philosophical. Yeah. Monsters Inc. is a classic all the way around. Like, the two main characters are lovable little monsters. Two villains in this one being an average American CEO.
I'll kidnap 1,000 children before I let this company die.
And the other villain being a jealous scare that can turn invisible. And then the Mike Wazowski having a sticker on his face is one of my favorite things of all time. What a great gag. And what a movie, man. I miss when times were simpler. This movie is straight gold and relatable. The lineup of characters in this movie is just amazing, with first Mr. Incredible, the most relatable guy here, Elastigirl, Stay Focused Brothers, Dash, dang that boy fast, and then Violet, who, let's all be honest, we all have a crush on her. 14? Oh no, hey, game is game though. And Frozone, this boy is straight cold throughout. And then to top it all off, the villain is another top tier man.
Oh, I'm real. Real enough to defeat you!
Good backstory, good amount of evil, but Syndrome did have one glaring weakness. A cape. Overall, fantastic movie that would take me an hour of praise just to do it justice. But we ain't got that much time, we gotta move on. The original Toy Story is simply unbeatable, except for the 3 movies that finished ahead of this one. Crazy that a movie this good was made with a computer in 1995. The movie was so good that the entirety of Pixar is what it is because of this movie's success. Want to willingly make yourself depressed? Well, do I have the movie for you. The first 10 movies of this movie will hurt anyone every time you see it. But don't worry, Russell shows up and that's my dog.
Keep him, please, please, please.
No.
Man, such a goated movie back from the era when Disney actually cared about stuff. The characters were all great.
My name is Doug. I have just met you, and I love you.
And to top it all off, we had a feel-good ending that put a bow on this emotional roller coaster.
Speed. I am Speed.
Cars is my personal favorite movie of Pixar's because, like, it's awesome. Race cars that go fast? Sign me up. And Mater, he is the best character in all of Pixar.
I don't care who you are. That's funny right there.
Racing may be the main plot, but there is so much more to the story. But still, the racing is electric. I'm still upset, to this day, that Lightning didn't just win the Piston Cup. But I guess some things are more important. But why not just cross the line and then turn around? Am I wrong? Just win first, then help. Still my favorite movie though, even though Lightning McQueen turned into a pedophile.
You're in high school? Could have fooled me.
Wall-E is living proof that words are not needed to make a perfect movie. I was out here getting emotional over a little trash robot. Never thought I'd care so much for a clanker, but Wall-E did it to me. I don't even know what else to say. It's just so Pete. Kind of like my Instagram. You should go follow in case YouTube decides to terminate my channel, which is actually very likely, so you can find my new channel fast and not lose access to this peak content. Also, I just want to flex on my friends. Do it, please. Anyway, see ya.